Welcome everyone to episode 5 of Ultimate Gamer Podcast. I am joined with I Am 16-Bit
Hey everyone.
and DPW Gaming.
What's up, everybody? Thought you'd never see me again.
He threatened to kill me if I didn't let him on the show.
Of course.
This is definitely a first for the show. We have 3 people instead of just 2.
Shit, innovation.
It's innovation, that's right. So we have a nice list of topics to talk about. We're going to open up with an IGN rant. Here's the deal, guys. I mean, IGN has become a former shell of what it should have been. They originally were for the gamer. They cared about the gamer. Their articles used to care about the gamer, but now it's all about defending the corporate bullshit that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So what do you guys have to say about it?
Oh, fuck, man. You can go ahead, 16-bit.
IGN is bullshit. Plain and simple. They are corporate bullshit. They constantly kissing the ass of every company that, IGN PlayStation, for example. They constantly kissing Sony's ass. Same thing. Well, IGN Microsoft, same thing. IGN Nintendo, not that much. It seems like they're the only one who's actually very critical of the company that they're representing. It's just bullshit.
I'm pretty sure Audrey Drake would give a blowjob to Miyamoto. Just saying.
IGN is just a bunch of fucking assholes who get paid to say what the fuck they say. That's all it is. They're never honest. Every game that they seem to nag on are the good ones, whereas the other ones that they kiss or suck a dick are the ones that are not as great. And you can tell by the rating system right below their video.
Oh, a 9.5 for Modern Warfare 3.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Right at this point, it's like, why do anyone even bother with IGN anymore? Why do we even look up the reviews?
I don't know. It's like a bad habit. It's very hard to break, and you just can't help but check out what they write. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. I do enjoy the Nintendo Voice Chat podcast. I'm definitely going to say that. I do think it's great. They are very fair with what they say about Nintendo. They are not kissing the ass of Nintendo 24/7. They actually,
They're more critical of Nintendo.
Which is the way it should be. If you're a fan of something, you have to be very critical of it. You can't just say everything. You can't say everything they do is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean
Granted,
Go ahead.
Granted, IGN Nintendo usually goes a little too far. Remember last year when 3DS sales weren't doing that too well before the price drop, and they were making all these doomsday videos? Articles?
It wasn't just IGN, Kevin. I mean, everybody was doing it. Everybody. You had New York Times saying this. You had a game trailer saying this. Destructoid. Everybody. Everybody was saying that the 3DS was doomed because of the success of the iPad and iPhone. Which,
everybody, yeah.
As of right now, we all know that that's not true anymore. The 3DS has definitely regained the dominance that it deserves, and its future is very bright. The PlayStation Vita, on the other hand, at the moment, it just seems like they keep on tripping and tripping and tripping. They never seem to... every game that was supposed to be the next big thing on the Vita has turned out to be utter shit.
Yup. They all thought that Vita was going to demolish the 3DS, and it was completely the opposite.
Did you read Colin Moriarty's article back then? When the PS Vita was, I think it was right before it was launched in Japan, he wrote an article explaining why the PS Vita is destined to succeed, why it is destined to destroy the 3DS. And all the reasons he gave, for one, were just bullshit, and two, never happened.
Ironic.
The irony that is Colin Moriarty. Now, this leads into the second half of this first topic. Colin Moriarty has gained a reputation in IGN as the asshole that just sees nothing wrong with the industry. For him, he thinks that we are just whiny bitches that complain too much and should just buy the games and be happy with it.
That's funny.
Did you
That's
watch?
really funny. See how we're the ones that control their fucking system.
Well, exactly. But I mean, did you watch that video he made? The one talking about what was it? Mass Effect 3. He did this whole video saying that how we are in the wrong, that we should have no right to complain about things. We don't know how to complain in the proper way.
So we have no reason to complain about a series we held dear for over 5 years. We have no reason to complain at all for what they gave us.
Exactly,
Really.
and he's saying that we have an entitlement issue. I'm sorry, Colin, but since we're the ones buying the games, I'm pretty sure we have entitlement to a working game. You know what I mean? I mean, we should be able to do whatever the fuck we want with our games. Point blank.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, he fully supports these online passes, which is bullshit. And again, we bought the game. We should be able to give it to our family members without them having to pay $10 to play online. We should be able to give it to a friend or resell it. You know what I mean?
This guy, I can already tell he's a fucking idiot. I can already tell. There's no really... If he's really got this big of a reputation of being an asshole, what's the point of even talking about him anymore?
Well, the problem is he has his, like, cult following of dick-sucking Colin Moriarty, like, fanboys. A few have made a few video responses to me, and it's hysterical. I'm dead serious. It's hysterical.
Oh shit! I remember
this one
that
guy,
video.
he goes, he makes a whole rant about me, and he's wearing a Podcast Beyond T-shirt, and he's telling me how I'm a white privileged man who lives with his parents, and therefore I have no right to complain about things, and that $10 is not a big deal. It's a low amount of money. And, you know, and he's telling me how I should back off of Colin Moriarty because I'm just jealous, according to this guy. And I responded to him. I said, well, surprising, a guy wearing a Podcast Beyond t-shirt is defending Colin Moriarty. Who would have thought? You know, but every little thing that he talked about in that video was not really counter-arguing anything I said. It was basically just an insult. You know, constant insults. Oh, I can't actually debate with you, therefore I must insult you about other shit unrelated to what it was I was talking about.
Of course. It's no better than the fucking Capcom's fucking fanboys or any other fanboy. It's just another fucking idiot that thinks he knows shit.
Capcom fanboys are the funniest. They get ass raped all the time. They complain about getting ass raped, but then they're quick to get some seconds.
Yep, let's go get the fucking Wolverine custom pack, everybody. Let's get the costumes. Let's go.
Well, I've had several run-ins with Capcom fanboys. A few months ago, I did a video ranting about Street Fighter X Tekken and the Mega Man costume. And I had fanboys telling me to just shut up. Oh, it's a joke. Just shut up and play the game. I had people saying, "Oh, well, you know, yeah, that's it's sad that what they've done to Mega Man, but I'm still gonna buy the game."
Huh. Now speaking. Well, speaking of
what kind of sense does that make?
It doesn't make any sense at all. But speaking of Capcom, have any of you guys seen demo footage gameplay of Resident Evil 6?
Yes, and
Not
why
really.
the fuck does it feel so linear? Why does it seem like it's not horror at all, just action-oriented? Why does it seem like they're just totally not even caring for it anymore?
Because they're not?
You know, I stopped caring. I stopped following Resident Evil like when 5 came out.
Well,
So,
5 was an embarrassment to the series.
really, I'm not even excited for it. Like, I'm not excited for 6.
Resident Evil 6,
It
I have
looks-
to say, looking at the Leon campaign, that has me a bit excited about it. I'll definitely have to just play the wait and see game and see what other people say about it. But I don't want another version of Resident Evil 5. What I do want, however, is a version of Resident Evil Revelations. Where, you know, yes, you had a partner, but not at all times, and also the partner wasn't constantly wasting your ammo and being a complete, pointless, worthless piece of shit.
Or like Resident Evil 0.
Resident Evil
Resident
0
Evil
was
0
another good good form of it, because it was still scary. I mean, look, Resident Evil Revelations was still, it still had its moments where, you know, something just jumps out at you and, like, catches you off guard. It wasn't exactly scary by any means, but it was definitely a shit ton better than Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, like, I remember, I forgot where I read it or whatever, but, like, they said that when the Leon parts are going to be the horror aspects of the game, but the Red Cliff and, you know, the other aspects are going to be action-oriented, like the Resident Evil 5. As soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm not really going to care about it. And this demo proved that exactly to me.
Well, IGN actually gave it shit, and I was surprised. They said that, well, we're not excited about the game anymore because of the demo. The load times are fucking ridiculous, which, it's a demo, guys. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the same load times.
Yeah, the final product might be more improved.
Exactly. They said that they were watching video the majority of the time, and they felt that it was boring as shit. So.
Yeah, I wasn't excited at all throughout the demo. I was like, okay, that didn't scare me at all. Even the Leon parts, you know, it was whatever. It's just, I just don't know. Like, when I was playing Resident Evil 4, I got scared, but when why is it that, like, it shouldn't be different when I'm just watching it. It should be the same atmosphere. I don't know. It's just,
exactly.
To me, it just doesn't seem worthy of a game anymore.
Well, exactly. Alright, so, do you guys have anything else like to talk about in this topic, or are we going to move on to the next one?
I think we can go on to the next one.
Yeah.
What about you, 8-bit? I mean, 16-bit.
Yeah, we can go on to the next topic.
Alright, so EULAs and the European Union. I released a video a few days ago. According to Destructoid, the European Union court system had declared that EA was fighting in the court case, that their end-user license agreement does not hold any water when it comes to restricting what a consumer can or cannot do with their particular copy. And also going into the fact of digital distribution, where if I buy one of their games on their online store and I get a download copy, I should have the right to resell it to somebody else, and that EA would be forced to create the means to do it. Where
you know what? Good for that. I heard about this actually. I never really got into the into what it was, but that's really good to hear.
Definitely. I mean, I think it's a first step in the right direction. Where, you know, look, this issue stems even far beyond just gaming. You know, when you buy any computer software, it's the same shit. You know, you spend, like on Windows 7, you could easily spend $400 on a copy, and, you know, you're restricted to one computer use. Or if your computer's motherboard dies, you try to reactivate, sometimes it refuses. You have to call Microsoft and, you know, make a big deal out of it. And they say you can't sell that license to somebody else. You know, so it's things like that that I'm looking forward to seeing this EULA thing spread like fire. So that way the U.S. court system would also make a similar decision.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Like, one of my complaints was, why would I want to download it if I can't, like, let's say the servers go out. That game is completely worthless to me now. Or,
exactly. And EA is notorious
I can't do anything with
that.
it. I should be able to get rid of it, or maybe give it away to somebody, or some shit like that. I should have an option.
I agree.
That was always one of my points of view. Like, I never explained that in a video or anything. I never talked to anybody about that, but I always did think that to myself.
Yeah, you should definitely make a video on that, because it is a topic that, unfortunately, isn't getting a lot of coverage, which it should. Because gamers should know, look, your rights are somewhat coming back to you, you know?
Yep. I really do hope this spreads like wildfire. Hopefully anyone who's watching this, spread it around. Tell people, fuck.
Well, what is interesting, though, is that something like this has actually come up before.
Okay.
Really?
Back in the early 90s, okay, Galoob Toys came out with a product called the Game Genie. I think everyone knows the Game Genie.
Yeah.
You know, Nintendo did not like it because they felt that it was giving people a brand new experience out of their games. So they sued them, okay? And there was a whole court case out of this, and in the end, the courts ruled in the favor of Galoob Toys, and stated that video games, much like home videos, are once someone buys it, it's theirs to do with whatever they want.
Yeah, I forgot who I heard that from, but now that you reminded me, I did hear about this before. Yeah.
So it's like this issue has come up before, and it hasn't been in favor of the consumer.
That's good. That's definitely good, and hopefully, as I said, hopefully it goes even further than what it's currently at, because I think every single country should follow the same rule in this regard, because these companies have taken full advantage of us, making us sign away our legal rights just to play a fucking video game. Trying to take any ownership of responsibility away from themselves and putting it on us, saying that, well, you should have read that. I think that is bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Alright, so DPW, you mentioned something about a Sony patent.
Oh yeah. Apparently Sony, what they plan to do for future games, what got me scared is it only Sony games, or is it the whole system going to be the thing that patent, and any game you play is going to have ads interrupt the gameplay? Like, I read the article a little bit, and apparently what it is like, okay, let's say you're going from one place, like going from point A to point B, you're about to fight a boss. Boom. Interruption. A whole ad for about a minute and a half or whatever. There's going to be an ad that pops out, interrupting your entire experience. You have to wait for that shit to fucking end, and until you're able to go back in the game. And now what I'm wondering is, are you going to have an option to not have the ads play at all? Or are you going to be forced to go through all this bullshit for every game you play? Or is it just for Sony games, period? And is this going to spread out to Xbox? And, it's a big issue right now to me. I don't know, I'm just saying things in all angles. Can this spread?
Well, I would say make a comparison to what's been going on lately with primetime television. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but on like Channel 2 and stuff like that here, I have noticed on occasion that a one-third screen advertisement pops up during the show, where at the very bottom of the screen, about one-third of the screen will pop up with, let's say, like a lawyer ad with a phone number telling you, hey, call Whites in Luxembourg and all that bullshit. I've seen it where it shows, like a cereal commercial or something popping up on the lower portion of your screen during your show.
Mm-hmm.
And
actually, I've never seen that.
I have seen this. I'm not crazy.
Are you sure about that?
Okay. Someone's gonna get hit.
I believe him. I'm not gonna get hit. Shit.
You're too far.
Well, of course, you don't live in the same town.
Okay. So I'll definitely make a video about this in the future. Definitely showing it, because it is, I think it's just like a test run at the moment where they're trying to see if they can get away with this without pissing off people. But I thought it was a matter of time before they started doing shit like that. It really pisses me off.
I never really noticed until, I'm really, blind, because I didn't really notice advertising really that much until, Madden always had advertisements, of course. I did notice those and all that kind of stuff a long time ago, but as I'm playing, for example, what's the game called? Fuck. I forgot. What was the one that was about the book? The guy had a flashlight. This is a story game. I forgot.
Alan Wake?
Alan Wake, there you go. I noticed the billboard saying Verizon. Now, those kind of advertisements, I don't have a problem with. Those are not in the way. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Those are fine. Not so big. But to actually interrupt the entire game to watch a fucking ad, that's a no-no. That's a complete no-no.
That's bullshit.
I think what they're going to ultimately end up doing is that Sony's been trying to push a lot of free-to-play games. So I'm pretty sure this is going towards that. But I'm definitely sure that it's not going to happen on a $60 game. If it does, I'm pretty sure you're going to have customers revolting against it.
Well, I kind of find it funny that they're going to patent systems to do this, and then they come out with confirming a new patented freaking Sony PS3. I find that funny.
Well,
so it does look good.
I mean, that transitions into our next topic, the PlayStation 3 Slim Jim.
Yeah.
So
it's just a fucking another way to make money.
Well,
It's just
you know,
another
but
one.
you know what? I don't think it's not. I don't think it's entirely not warranted. I mean, look at it this way, right? The PlayStation 3 in its current form is hitting the same price the Wii launched at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's that the PlayStation 3 still has ways to go before it hits the price point that everybody wants, which is $100. So they're going to start taking out pointless things like the slot loader. I have a feeling that they're going to take that out. They're going to make this modeled more like the PlayStation 2 Slim, but in the thickness of a PlayStation 2 original. I'm thinking somewhere along that line. Here's one way that Sony can easily fix past mistakes and can guarantee that people will buy this system. Put hardware backwards compatibility for PS2 games in it.
That is never going to happen.
You will automatically have everybody who's purchased any other PlayStation 3 model trade theirs in to buy this.
That is the only way I'm ever gonna buy this.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring that up, actually. I was going to say, what's the point? Because of the fact that by now, everyone pretty much, whoever wanted to have a PS3 has one already. So what's going to make this one so much different or worthy enough?
Well, look at
even
it.
Price, it doesn't matter. You know?
Well, look at it in this regard, right? The PlayStation 2. I traded in my PlayStation 2 Fat model for the Slim.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't give me any additional feature. I mean, if anything, I lost the ability to put a hard drive in it. But I traded it in. I wanted something smaller. I wanted something that uses less power. I wanted something that you could easily power in your car and use like a little TV in your car to use it.
Yeah, but the difference here, though, is that we already went through this. We already had a fat one, and then we had a slim.
Yes,
Why do
but
another
the
slimmer?
PlayStation 3 Slim still isn't even at a size that Sony would want. I mean, look at the original PlayStation versus the PS1. The PS1 is ridiculously tiny. Some mistake it as a toy. The PlayStation 2 Slim, I didn't even think it could be that small. And the PlayStation 2 Slim is considered one of the smallest video game consoles ever produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's smaller than the Wii. So to see what Sony could do with the next PlayStation model, I do think they can cut $100 off the price. I can easily see them selling this for $150. And I think this would declare war on Microsoft and also get them to the point where their sales will go up even higher. But as I said, if they add PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility in this particular model, they will have people selling their PS3s left and right to get this.
Definitely, I would. Yeah. I fucking would.
I would too. I have an original 60 gig model. I just don't like the reliability problems with it. I would gladly trade in my original 60 for a PlayStation 3 Slim that has backwards compatibility. That's the only thing that's preventing me from trading it in. That's the only thing. You give me this, I will trade in this PlayStation 3.
Look at my PS3. My PS3 has been dead since October. I have yet to get it fixed. Okay? And even though I've had people telling me just get the Slim, I still not going to get it because I still want that PS2 backwards compatibility.
And I mean, look, to get all the arguments out of the way, the PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility on the PS3 is awesome. I mean, it is such a convenient feature, and for people to seriously tell others, oh, just buy a PlayStation 2, you're out of your fucking mind. I mean, the fact that you don't have to worry about memory cards, the fact that you can import your old memory cards, you have wireless controllers where the PlayStation 2 you didn't. You don't have to worry about hooking up multiple systems to one television. You just have one console that does it all.
Here's another thing. When it comes to playing PS1 games on the PS3, you don't have to swap out cables.
Exactly. That's what I want. I hate going through one system to another, system to another. That's why I barely touch my PS3 as it is. I don't want to keep unplugging my Xbox and putting my PS3 in because my cabinet is heavy as shit. In order for me to get behind it, I have to move it. I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You can't, on the PS2, you can't play PS1 games using the component cable.
Huh.
On the PS2?
Yeah, you have to use AV. And it's a pain in the ass because I have a component cable for the PS2, but I don't want to have to constantly swap it out.
Exactly.
It's just it makes things more easier to just have it, have the PS3 where you have the backwards compatibility, and you can just, play through HDMI.
Yeah, it's a lot more convenient.
It's convenient, yes, and I mean, unfortunately, you do have some gamers out there that just don't see a problem with it. And look, I'm not saying every PlayStation 3 owner wants backwards compatibility. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that the fact that they removed the option, something that, Sony's original philosophy was, and if you've listened to the press conference, we are so confident about backwards compatibility. We think it is part of the PlayStation ecosystem that every consumer wants this. And, it gets to that point where if someone's going to make the argument that, well, you buy a PS3 to play PS3 games, then why does every single PlayStation 3 console play PS1 games?
Yep.
If anything, I would expect it not to play PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. why wouldn't it play PS2 games if it plays PS1 games? It's just really stupid. And to place that argument, it's like, okay, well, then you just bought a PS2 for PS2 games. Do you ever even put a PS1 disc in there? Do you ever?
I did.
Exactly. It's like, whoever steps up to this and kisses the ass of the government, I mean, not the government, fucking company. Excuse my freaking French.
Somebody's a tinfoil hat wearer.
What? I thought you were saying something.
I said a tinfoil hat wearer. Basically calling you a crazy Area 51 believer.
But what I don't get is, why would they defend this company when damn well they took out the features so that they can just, yank your wallet just a little bit more? Of course, the HD, I'm not saying those are bad. I like them. But they just did that for just a greedy reason. They didn't do it for any other reason, but they want more money.
In a way, I would say yes. However, I do prefer the remake editions over the originals.
Me too. I see it as a bittersweet thing to me.
It plays much better. Like, if you look at Jak and Daxter HD Collection, the frame rate is higher than the original. So, like, things like that, where you don't get the occasional slowdown, screen tearing, and all these issues that were very dominant in the original versions, I think that the remake edition is better. But...
Except when they come without the little incidents like Silent Hill HD Collection.
That one, that's the exception, not the rule.
When the guy who directed Silent Hill 2 says that your HD remake is shit, there's a problem.
Oh, exactly.
You know damn well, yeah.
He did. He was very disappointed with it.
Exactly.
I mean, sound bugs, graphic glitches. There's just so many issues.
The fact that they took out the fog effects in Silent Hill 2, and it looks like shit.
It's like, I don't know, man. That's one of the biggest exceptions, I guess, for fucking up. But besides that, everything else has been fine. But another thing I have a complaint about is the Devil May Cry HD one. Why is it that the gameplay and everything is HD, but the cutscenes aren't?
Well, that's the same deal with God of War 1 and 2. Same deal. The cutscenes are in like this utter shit crap resolution, but the rest of the gameplay is in high def.
Yeah, I mean, you can completely tell. I mean, your eyes aren't stupid. You can just tell the difference, and it's like, I just don't see a reason for that. Is it really that hard to... I mean, at least change the resolution itself. Make it bigger or some shit. Having like the little square fucking strings for cutscenes is stupid.
They're pre-rendered. I'm sure it could have been done. I'm pretty sure it could have been done, but
I mean, I'm sure it can get done. I mean, that's why I say, why is it like that? I'm sure they can fix that issue, but they just didn't.
Well, exactly. But, yeah, I mean, I am looking forward to, what is it, the Ratchet and Clank?
Oh, yeah, I just found out about that for $30. You bet. Damn well, man. Who would complain about that?
I've only played the first one, and I played the 2 PS3 versions of the game. I never played 2, I never played 3. I did play the what was it? The Locked and Loaded. What was it?
Yeah, Locked and Loaded.
Rad shit. Deadlocked.
Deadlocked. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the fourth one. My bad.
Yes, it's not part of the series. I'm not sure if that one's in this collection. I don't think it is.
I think I kind of just assumed it was the first three. I mean, even if it's just the first three, for the price, you can't complain. You're getting $10 each for three completely great games.
Oh, exactly, and they're remade in 720p, which isn't too bad.
Exactly. I mean, $30, no one can bitch. That's hours upon hours of fun. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly, and I mean the weapons are just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, number 2, you can morph your enemies into a chicken.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so let's transition this over to our 5th topic, David Cage.
Oh boy.
So you want to take the reins here?
David Cage, being the pretentious shitbag that he is saying that video games need to be more innovative or die.
Or die. Okay. Or die.
And of course, the ironic thing about this is that this is coming from the same guy who's been re-released, who's basically every game he has ever made is nothing but a next-gen Sega CD title that has the same depth and complexity as fucking Night Trap. Okay? Every game. Heavy Rain is a next-gen FMV game.
Yep, it's just do this and do that. I never realized that until you brought it up. It's just so true. So true.
It's just like, I can't stand it. Not only that, but the fact that he has the balls to call himself an auteur of video games.
Look, he's the drag queen of the industry.
As much as I like Heavy Rain, how is it innovative whatsoever? It's just you moving your motion. It's just motion control. I mean, you're just moving your freaking PS3 controller one way or another, clicking a button. It's a movie. How's it innovative?
Oh, look, it's so innovative. I'm shaking my PS3 controller while he's brushing his teeth. Ooh,
Are you sure that's all you're
God.
shaking?
It's like, really? Am I supposed to have a seizure? Is this what gaming has come to?
Well,
this is innovation.
I say it was almost as bad as Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean, movie Gear Solid 4.
Oh God.
Movie Gear? Wait, hold up. What are you guys talking about? I'm lost here now.
Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the fact that like 75% of the game was just cutscenes?
Yes, as bad as that was, how long they were. I mean, you can literally freaking grab a thing of popcorn and literally sit through the entire fucking thing. As much as that, I hated that, I also liked it. I mean, I wish it was like more gameplay in between, not just cussing, entirely through the game. But the story was good enough to me to enjoy it, nonetheless.
I'm not saying the story was bad. I just think that they went overboard with the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, Movie Gear Solid 4. I mean, I played the game when I got it. It's been collecting dust ever since. I refuse to replay it. Even though I have everything unlocked, I have there's a fun ammo selection you have for your sniper rifle. It's a motion changing, like, darts. So you can change one person to, like you shoot an enemy in the head, he'll just start, like, going into rage, start screaming and stuff. You have one where you'll, like, shoot them with a dart, a yellow one, that gives them anxiety. So all of a sudden they start, like, just going, like, screaming, saying that, like, someone's out to get them. And then there's another one you can shoot where they just start crying. And it's fucking hysterical, because when you're infiltrating one of the bases, you just shoot one guy, he just starts yelling and screaming and crying and stuff, and then you see the other enemies, like, coming up to him, like, smacking him in the back of the head, like, snap out of it and shit. It's hysterical.
And it is actually quite sad. I mean, seeing how the game is about 18 hours. I remember I beat it in probably 17 hours and 40 minutes. To think that the majority of the game is cutscene, that's kind of sad.
Well, I like some of the things about the game. Like the fact that
I enjoyed it. Metal Gear Solid 4 is the only Gears game that I actually played all the way through and love over the rest. The other ones, I don't know. I guess the reason why I never really got into them was gameplay and stuff.
You can't say number 3 sucked. I think,
Oh,
No, none
in
of
my
them
personal
sucked.
opinion,
It's
number
just I never
3
really got
was
into 'em.
the best. Of the 4, number 3 was the best.
Oh,
in my
number
opinion.
3 is great.
Number 2 is the worst. You know, it's just that number 3 did everything right. You know what I mean? They changed a lot of the gameplay mechanics for the better. Especially if you owned the subsistence version. The fact that you had the new camera control in it, it was just an excellent, well done thing. But in number 4, I loved some of the things where, you know, you had like a dream and you're replaying a segment from the original game with the original graphics. I loved where you go back to Shadow Moses, and you're like, you know, you get to actually control a Metal Gear, which, you know, the whole game is fucking called Metal Gear, and you never once control a Metal Gear until number 4.
That's all I want.
You know what? That was probably the best part in the entire game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Was controlling that Metal Gear. Not just any
awesome.
Metal Gear, but the Metal Gear Rex
Hell yeah.
from the first one.
It was awesome.
That was just actually. It was also pretty awesome revisiting the first, you know, Shadow Moses Island.
Hell yeah. And then I love the joke.
Mostly.
The one joke where you go and he's like, okay, you need to look for disc 2 and insert it into your system. And he's like,
I thought that
what?
was funny. I thought that was hilarious.
He's like,
that was
oh,
great.
that's right. This is a Blu-ray. That was awesome.
It's like, wait, oh, this is a Blu-ray. Oh, okay.
No,
Damn,
I actually
Leaf went
actually
far.
scratched my head at first because when it first popped up, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was
So I
confused
can't
at first
want
too,
this.
and then I was like, hold up, this is a joke. It was funny as hell.
But
I mean,
they did it in the exact same spot where you had to swap out your disc in the original game. That was part of the joke, so it was awesome.
Not that, but the fact that there was a PS1 PS1 Snake mask.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, that's where people thought that, you know, the old Snake dies and there's a new one because one of the choices is the younger Snake with that mask. And that was a strip tease, I swear to God. But yeah, I am looking forward to the new... There is another one coming out soon, isn't
on
it?
Rising. Right? Rising?
Not Rising, there's another one.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Kojima.
there's gonna be a Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I remember a couple days ago.
Kojima announced it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that I'm looking forward to, but unfortunately, with our luck, it's going to be, okay, you have to buy a PlayStation 4, and I have announced I am not picking up a PlayStation 4. So that will be the end of it. I mean, if one of my friends or something has a PlayStation 4 and they'll let me borrow it, great, but I refuse to buy a PlayStation 4. So,
Yeah.
fuck
That's gonna suck, but I enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 4. They went all out because of the fact that, okay, everyone thought this was going to be the last Metal Gear, so they went all out for the game. I enjoyed it for what it was, and if that's really going to be the last one I play, because I don't think I'm going to get a PS4 either, or an Xbox 720 for that matter, if that's how it's going to be, then fine. You know, I enjoyed the fourth one, and I'll just let that be.
Exactly, or if anything, I'll just watch somebody else play.
Yeah.
Well, going back to David Cage, because I realize that we have branched off the original topic, anything else you want to add?
David Cage's pretentious douchebag.
Well, you just said that.
I know, but I hate that guy.
It's just got to be heard.
It just. All I'm gonna say is this: if you absolutely loved Heavy Rain, if you thought it was one of the greatest games ever made, you seriously need to get your head checked, and you need better taste in gaming.
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
And seriously, like, play any game, like any of the greatest games ever made. Play fucking Chrono Trigger.
I refuse to play that game.
That game is the best RPG ever made.
You know what? I really should get my head out of my ass and play that game. I have not. Oh my god, I never played it.
You've never played Chrono Trigger?
Me neither.
No.
Holy shit, dude, you gotta play that.
I played all the other Chrono Triggers, but I never played the original, so.
Dude, I have the SNES cartridge. Love that game.
Yep. Alright, so next article, this one, you want to take the reins, DPW?
Who the fuck wants to buy one item for $50,000? Fuck him! That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Like, I don't know who. What's this asshole's name again?
Let's see. I have the article up here. Hold on a second. This guy, Brighton. No, Brighton is a country name, isn't it? Oh, Peter Molyneux, whatever the fuck.
Peter Molyneux?
Molyneux, there you go. Okay, this guy, he actually thinks that a diamond chisel, a fucking pickaxe or whatever the fuck it is worth $50,000. One item for a video game worth $50,000. This guy is completely off his ass, high as shit.
Peter Molyneux has been off his ass for years. Okay, this is the guy who kept on trumpeting Black and White as this amazing game where there's unlimited choices and all this kind of stuff. Releases it, turns out it's the most watered-down God game ever made. This is the guy who talked about Fable and how it was going to be in real time, and there were going to be trees growing in real time. That didn't happen.
I remember that.
And then there was, what was his name? That tech demo for the 360 Kinect. But at the time it's called the Natal. Milo, yeah, there you go. I was trying to think about it. At this point, it's pretty much a given that you never really take anything Molyneux says seriously. Like, don't.
I just find it funny. He says nothing to be ashamed of. What? Hey, Jake, just letting you know, Jack, your mic is like echoing.
Okay, I got it.
What I find funny is he says there's nothing to be ashamed of, when fact is, he does this to show, okay, who's dumb enough to buy it, and what kind of cock-sucking fan of mine is literally this stupid to pay $50,000 for it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, he said that he wants to make it feel like an investment for someone.
What kind of investment is this? This is the worst investment deal ever.
Just to put it into perspective for some people, you could buy 2 cars with this money.
Fuck it, you could buy 3 houses for the way the fucking real estate's going.
Damn.
I think you could pretty much buy every video game system, every game released for that system, for that amount of money.
No.
Exactly. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Exclude some of the rarer games like Nintendo World Championship and all that kind of stuff.
Buy
give or take a couple hundred or 1,000 or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, fact is, one item in a game is not remotely, it's not even a percentage of what this is worth to this asshole. I just don't get this guy. How does he work?
Hey, you know what? For the person who fucking does it and drops 50 grand on this, that it proves that this guy is a genius.
Oh God, I cannot imagine someone being so stupid.
For this, I actually now want to make an iPhone game and have a DLC in there for $50,000 and say, okay, only one person can get it. Do you want to be that person? Go right ahead. Swipe your card.
You know what? I just want to say, meanwhile, in fucking Africa.
What are you trying to say? This is a first world problem?
No. I'm just saying, if anyone really has the money to pay for one thing in a game,
a digital
50,000
item
can pay for so much more. Why would you do this? It's just so stupid.
He says this, if you turn around to someone and say, would you pay for this? They're only going to pay for something that they really feel involved in that something. That's the whole point. It's all part of motivation.
Christ
like, this
almighty.
guy really is like this philosophical idiot.
Oh. Yeah.
He's trying to add philosophy to this, which...
Oh, he's always been trying to do that.
See, games are more than just gaming.
It's art.
Yeah,
it's not worth 50,000.
Not to get back into a rant about David Cage, but he's pretty much like David Cage. He's one of these pretentious game designers who thinks that he's this god amongst gamers.
Do they suck each other off?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to be a serious question?
You know what? Maybe.
Pretty much he tries acting like he's like Miyamoto or something, like that he's this innovator amongst gaming.
You know what? For $50,000, this guy has got to go to your house and suck you off.
Fuck, no, fuck that. Not just fucking suck you off, man. Let you tap that ass, and he takes you out to dinner. To the most expensive fucking restaurant too. Fuck this guy and his thoughts, man.
Oh god.
Just trying to soak in what you just said.
The tap that ass or take you out to dinner.
Both? You start out with fuck that. You'd be one very demanding hooker. Just saying.
Well, for $50,000, I ought to be. Shit.
Well, at least we're ending this show on a high note. Just saying.
Everybody, put your glasses in the air and get ready to tap that ass.
Oh god, this is what gaming has become, guys.
Exactly. Gaming has become a bunch of pretentious game designers who think who have a. Okay, I'm trying to put together my words here. They have a case of unwarranted self-importance. Pretty much.
Bingo.
Yep.
Gamers who think that they're more important than they... Sorry, not gamers. Game designers who think they're more important than they really are.
Well, look, you know what I'm going to say? You want to know what kind of games really are art? Look at games like Lollipop Chainsaw. I mean, yes, some people say it's like the most crude humor piece of shit ever made, but just look at the art direction, right?
Wait, they say this while there's Duke Nukem next door? Are you fucking shitting me?
well, you know what I'm saying, is that they had a certain unique feel to this game, and they went with it. The same deal as, look at like Grand Theft Auto, right? You look at Vice City, okay, they really captured the 80s and typical 80s style, music choice, building design, and everything. You know, phrase choices are all part of a consideration. It's things like that, though, that I really say those are one-of-a-kind things, and that's art. Not this movie shit that these companies like to come out with.
Yeah, I agree.
Right,
Because a game, first off, shouldn't be a movie. As much as I do like Heavy Rain, like I said, it's just, it shouldn't have been the way it was. It should have been more. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, go on with what you were saying, because I'm just going to keep rambling.
Well, I was just going to say that if you guys have any other things you want to talk about before we wrap it up.
Oh, no, I think we left it off with a very good high note by me.
Yeah. Thank God this is the internet and not TV.
Who the fuck watches TV anymore?
I know. I'm just saying. You know, I mean, if this was public airwaves, shit, man, we would have been shut down from your one comment.
Yeah.
We're getting these phone calls that you want people to blow you off and take you out to dinner.
Fuck, I had water in my mouth, goddammit.
So maybe you should release a game, get $50,000 to replace your computer that you just spit on. Alright, so that wraps everything up, guys, if you haven't not been offended by today's episode. But definitely, like, in the comments below, do us all a favor, you know, write down what your favorite part of the show was, and include the timestamp, too, so that way other people can enjoy their particular favorite areas. You know, do that. If you think that DPW went overboard with his comment, please write that as well. If you want to take him up on his offer, definitely write below.
I'm sorry if I did offend anybody. I was just trying to offend this one asshole, but okay.
Oh god, I'm just waiting for him to like call you up and say, "Hey, so, do you want to give me $50,000?"
How about that option you said, huh?
That looks mighty
I'd like to take you
fine.
up on that.
I'll include that. You won't get just a diamond pickaxe.
I'll even call up my friend David Cage. We can all have a party.
Oh God.
Okay, so that wraps everything up, guys. Definitely subscribe to their
Actually-
channels. What, you want to add something?
Actually, I did want to add something.
Okay.
Now, for the past few, okay, as you know, I said I'm no longer making videos, right?
Yep.
Just wanted to let everyone know this. Jack the Bomb has been up my ass for the past few weeks trying to convince me to go back.
Not literally, okay?
Well, yeah, not literally, but like he's just been, begging me. Not
begging you.
Nope. Not begging, but like annoying me. When are you going to go back? Why can't you go back? Okay. And I've been thinking about it. So that's why I came up with an idea. I'm going to do one more video. But this time it's going to be a Q&A about anything video game related. Okay?
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. I want anyone. If you want, you could post on this video or on my channel or whatever, giving me questions that you want me to answer regarding anything about video games. Video game history, helps, whatever the fuck. Okay? So,
Oh, I remember when I got that question.
so what do you guys say?
Are you going to answer that question?
Did anyone listen to me?
I did.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone who's watching this can listen.
So, yeah.
Alright, so now you're being the pretentious asshole. You're saying do or die, I want it my way or the highway.
Fuck you.
Let's get to driving.
Oh,
this was a
God.
lot of fun.
It definitely was. Alright guys, check out everyone else's channels. I'll post a link below this video. And yeah, definitely join us in our next episode. For those who want a live show, there are plans on doing it. These two guys don't even know about it yet. But yeah, we'll actually strip on camera. So if you guys want to see our junk, it's more than welcome to.
What is this? The full Monty?
Hey, I want $50,000.
Okay, there we go.
So you can give the 50,000 to Peter Molyneux so he can come to your house and butt rape you?
No, I want the $50,000, not to give it to him for my own self-pleasure.
Oh.
It's gonna be
hold up. Did you guys get my thing mixed up where I said tap his? No, I meant me tap his ass, not the other way
Whoa.
around.
Well, I guess the question now goes to you.
For $50,000, I better be able to tap that ass. That's exactly what I meant.
Okay, it goes in the age-old question: would you fuck a man for $1 million?
If I'm fucking him, why the fuck not?
Oh god, this question. Oh god, this episode is gonna be the gayest episode ever.
Hey, it's not gay if I'm the one fucking giving it to him. He's the one retrieving.
Well, that's the whole question in what's the movie?
How about I use the term? He's my bitch. There you go.
Whoa. Reminds me
That
of.
perfect.
You ever saw Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay?
Yep.
You remember the scene when they go in and you have the police officer or whatever it is? He goes, it's like, it's time for your cock meat sandwiches. And then he's like, this is gay. He's like, there's nothing gay about getting your dick sucked. And then
Amen, man. The truest words ever.
I love that. And then he's like, you two queer moes get down and get busy. Oh, God. Alright, so let's just end this now before it gets any further. But do know that the $50,000 will be a running joke for a long time. You know it will. You know it will.
I mean, we're just the star of it, people.
Oh, God. It's going to be a new, like, internet meme. Does anyone
Fucking
want
avalanche.
$50,000?
It's going to be like Or it's gonna be like, you know, what would you do for a Klondike bar kind of
What
thing.
would you do for 50 grand? I'd blow David Cage.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, this is the end. Take care, guys. Look out for future content.
Peace.
Have a nice day.